Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Cybercrap Podcast.
Welcome to the internet. Have a look around.
Roll the intro.
That was the intro.
Oh, usually there's an ukulele. Today's topic.
I thought we were going to talk about Gears of War, because you could
We're
go
going to talk about Gears of War. To those who don't know, Gears of War is a third-person shooter franchise. It has a deep place in my heart.
For those who don't know, Seth could rant about Gears of War for the rest of eternity.
Yes, maybe
and
for
never
the rest.
be bored.
So,
then eternity would die,
I'm gonna scoot the mic
and
a bit closer.
then he would start ranting about it again once his next life came. No, don't do that.
Don't do it. Okay. Anyways, Gears of War. Have you ever played any of the games?
I have played Gears of War 3 and a bit of Gears of War 2. How many of the games have you played?
I have played every one of them.
How many times?
Too many times.
For each one?
Yeah, the game.
Even Judgment?
Yeah, the replay value is just too good. I loved it.
Interesting thought. Is it the one that had a lot of microtransactions?
It did, and some of the enemy placements didn't make any sense.
Yeah, and they introduced the angry guys.
Yeah, the ragers. Technically toddlers. Like, you shoot them somewhere and they just slam their guns down and they throw a fucking tantrum. And then, boom, blast the fuckers in the head. That was the only way to do it. The main protagonist is Marcus Phoenix, part of the COG army, or the Coalition of Ordered Governments. Long story short, the franchise goes from him almost rotting in prison to him having a kid, then he gets captured, and then
don't spoil anything past 4. Like, yeah, I guess I haven't heard anything about 5.
Okay.
Let's not.
It's actually just called Gears 5.
That's stupid.
It's fucking stupid.
Well, look at Call of Duty.
They all say Call of Duty, though.
Yeah, and Gears was just fan abbreviation, like
Gears
Devil
of...
May Cry, DMC.
Yeah, like Gears of War. Like
is the actual name of it.
You have Gears of War 1, Gears of War 2, Gears of War 3, Gears of War Judgment, Gears of War 4, and then Gears 5.
Yeah.
The first game starts with Marcus rotting in prison. All the prisoners have been killed. So his friend, Dominic Santiago, breaks him out of prison, and all of a sudden, he's back in the military. So they go through the prison, they escape barely after a giant crab spider monster called a Corpser.
Oh, yeah, those things.
That's the giant spider
Yeah, I remember
thing.
what you're talking about.
So
those are cool.
They meet up with another squad called Delta Squad, and they have to retrieve a device.
Is that where Dizzy's from?
No, Delta Squad mainly consists of Marcus, Dom, Baird, and Cole.
Okay.
So, told to find a device called the Resonator, which is a sonic device that they're going to plant in the tunnels where the locusts live and to kill them. They meet up with half of the members are dead.
Do you want to explain what the locusts are?
The locusts are these monsters that come from underground, and they're organized. They have guns, they can talk. Well, they can't speak English, but they can say like 1 or 2 words, like die or humans.
Do you want to go into the weaponry?
The humans are equipped with probably the most badass forms of weaponry I've ever seen. Their main weapon is an assault rifle called the Lancer, and the difference is it has a chainsaw bayonet, and you use it to cut them in half. If you run out of bullets, that's fine. You chainsaw them in half.
Sounds a little like Doom.
But then, the locusts are under-equipped. They have what's called a hammer burst. So it's a gun. It has a huge freaking trigger, so it shoots 3 shots and then, like...
Get to the end of Gears of War.
So Gears of War 1 ends with them deploying the light mass bomb, killing the locust. Or so we thought.
Till the next game.
The next game, it starts off as the locusts never actually died. They survived. And now they're using this giant worm. Get this, some of the collectibles in the games give backstory. They actually refer to this giant worm, which is called the Rift Worm, as a god.
And then they kill their god.
So they get eaten by it, and obviously, so they cut, this thing, apparently it's on a different planet. This thing has like 6 hearts. And then at the end, they're chainsawing through it, and they just spill out, and they're all covered in blood. Big old blood.
Yeah, I'm impressed they didn't drown with all that blood.
I'm surprised they didn't too. And then
also, did you know that the blood from the worm provides nutrients for a forest to grow? And there's actually a comic I read where they were going through that forest. I did not know they had comics. Okay, I'll give you that after this. So that's homework for you.
Yeah. So there's a set of brothers that follow a huge part of the community. They're all the Carmine brothers, and they go through what's called the Carmine Curse, where every single brother with the last name Carmine will die in a Gears game. That stopped at Gears 3. The first brother was Anthony. He was the original member of Delta Squad. They reached the House of Sovereigns. All of a sudden, his gun jams, and the one rule in modern combat, keep your head down, because you could be exposed to snipers. But he has a helmet, right? He's gonna be fine. boom, a sniper goes right through his head, and he's dead before he hits the floor. Come the next game, he has his younger brother named Benjamin, and he joins the COG because of his brother, and he's a sniper, because that's what killed his brother. Almost halfway through the game, before being eaten by parasites that live inside the giant worm. It's a pretty sad scene, actually. He's in half, like his guts are hanging out, and he's like telling Marcus to tell his mom and his brothers that he loves them. Yeah. Then, in the third game that you've played, there's Clayton Carmine.
Isn't he the guy in charge?
No. That's Chairman Prescott.
Yeah, that guy. That's who I thought he was.
He was a douche. About. He died. It's your typical backstabbing son of a bitch.
He's a politician.
He is, yeah. But, so, in the third game, they're stranded. Humans are forced to live on giant ships. And the ship that they so happen to be on is attacked by a Lambent Leviathan. It's nuts.
It's a pretty cool scene. Yeah, you get aboard the shore and there's survivors calling you a cog as an insult.
Yeah, and then one of my favorite enemies in the whole game is called a Brumok. It's a T-Rex version of a tank. The Brumok, the Locusts, they use organic forms of weaponry, so like their weapons like living. They have what's called reavers. They're called reavers.
Yeah, it's weird because they're like organic stuff being manufactured in a factory like the Tickers.
Yeah, the Tickers are like landmines. Then you got the siege beasts, which are literally living catapults.
Yeah, those things are cool.
Kind of weird, but cool. The Brumoks are literally cool. T-Rexes with tanks and stuff on them, like forms of weaponry. Jeez, there's so many cool enemies. And the guns and everything, like, this game is part of my childhood.
For the game Gears of War 3, I like the section where you're going around stealth.
Most people do not like stealth missions.
I like that part.
I know, it's like, in any game
it's a unique part of the game.
In any game that requires stealth, if it allows me to load to the start of the section, I will do it.
That's what I did in that scene, is that I restarted constant.
Until you actually are able... You just go guns blazing, like, oh, cool, you already do that already. Like,
covert, yeah.
Yeah, it's like... We can thank Metal Gear Solid for that.
Metal Gear Solid is pretty cool, yeah. Have you played Metal Gear Solid?
I've never played any of them. I want to play one. It's really good.
I have Phantom Pain.
I've played the Hitman games.
I've only ever played them at your house, actually.
I did have Hitman 3, but now it does not work. They combined it all into one game, and now I have to buy the damn thing. It's like, why?